Thank you all.
Hey everyone, just wanted to thank you for joining me this morning and have the opportunity to talk about our latest offering, which is the SkyView Managed Security Services. This service is a monthly offering where critical security administration areas are reviewed and you're notified if something needs attention. The purpose of this managed security services is really to take the pressure off your IT staff and make sure that security is getting regular attention. The real reason that we're offering this is because what we've been hearing from all of you is that you basically have no time. I know that there are a lot of things to do on your list of things to do, and while security, I know, is on that list because I talked to you about that and you have it on your list, it's on your radar, but it never actually gets to the top. And so this is one very cost-efficient way to get security to the top of the list and have someone reviewing the areas of security that are most meaningful to your organization. So how does our managed security services work? Well, step one, the SkyView Security Experts will perform a vulnerability assessment, and the results of that assessment are reviewed with you. Now, using the results of that assessment and together with your specific requirements, we schedule reports to run on a monthly basis. They will run and automatically email the reports back to SkyView. SkyView then reviews those reports, and then we email you back a monthly summary report. It really is that simple. So in the monthly reports, we often get asked, well, what are the areas that you can review? And this is a little bit of an eye chart, and I apologize for that, but I also don't apologize for that because one of the things I want to emphasize to you is that while that initial risk assessment is going to go very broad across your system, it will give you an idea of what areas need to have improvement. It will feed into the list of reports that we do on a monthly basis. But I also want to emphasize that that list of monthly reports is very much tuned to your specific requirements. So we have people that are doing a very wide variety of different reports. We have some people who look at profiles with default passwords. Some people don't care about that. We have some people who want to look at programs going into production libraries. Some people don't care about that, but they want to know about when QSecOffers password was changed. So it is very much tuned to your requirements and can be tuned very specifically to your audit requirements. So how are administrators using our managed security services from SkyView? First and foremost, they have that security to-do list, and it's never at the top of their global to-do list. And so they use it as assurance that security is monitored at least monthly. So at least they know someone is taking a look at the reports of the critical areas. The other way that we see administrators using MSS is so that they have experts as that second pair of eyes reviewing reports. So they may be reviewing reports themselves, but they want to make sure that somebody else is looking at them. You know, when you look at the same road signs every day, you don't see a lot of the scenery that goes by. But when somebody new comes along, they'll notice new things. And it's that type of thing that they're doing with MSS. So the other way that administrators are using SkyView Managed Security Services is to meet specific audit requirements. So we have one administrator that had us set up to look at and review the reports of all of the profiles that are created and deleted from the system. And that is specifically because the audit that they have from their external auditors once a year requires them to produce that list of profiles that have been created and deleted. So now they will simply have to pull out the monthly summary report that lists those profiles, and they have that list. The other way that people are using SkyView Managed Security Services is to meet compliance requirements. So if you have to meet any compliance like SOX or the HIPAA requirements, and in particular the PCI requirements, specifically PCI 3.0. So that's the last one that came out in November of 2013. That specific PCI requirement has a new emphasis, and I love the fact that they're doing this. The emphasis has gone from strictly compliance to be security as business as usual, meaning that they're trying to get people to make sure that their systems are always secure, which is something that I have been talking about for years. So they've actually added requirements in each section stating that the auditor will have to see proof or evidence that the organization is monitoring their security on a regular basis. So this monthly monitoring service can help meet that specific PCI requirement. So this is kind of a fun slide. I sat down and thought about all of the things that we have already caught for various people, or the issues that have been identified, and this is just a few of them. So we have had people that have seen the list of default password profiles with default passwords that should not have had default passwords, and what they realized was that the profiles were being reset as somebody disabled their profile. They were being reset by the help desk as a default password, meaning the password was the same as the user profile name. And because we were discovering that, there was a process change that happened so that the help desk doesn't do that anymore. Then we had a case where there was a user profile that was being disabled regularly, and we caught that, and we found out that somebody was attempting to use the wrong profile. There was a user that had gotten married. She had been reassigned a different profile by a different name, but she kept forgetting which profile she was supposed to use, kept disabling the old profile, kept getting it reset. It was kind of an interesting situation, but with this monitoring service, they were able to discover what was going on, and they finally just deleted that old profile. We also just recently found a case where the QSIS operator profile was being hit with an invalid sign-on attempt multiple times daily. So that's an issue to be examined. And we have end-user profiles that weren't being configured correctly, and we've had several cases where email wasn't working properly, had been, and suddenly stopped working. In one case, somebody else in the network had decommissioned a router and had not told the IBMi administrator. So we know when your reports are supposed to be showing up, and if they don't show up, we send emails saying, hey, we haven't seen your reports. And so this way they were able to know that the email wasn't working, not just for our reports, but for all of the reports that we're supposed to be emailing off that particular IBMi system. So it's kind of fun to be able to show you that we haven't been at this all that long, and yet we already have some real results that have helped people. So what our customers are saying, we have people that are absolutely thrilled with this service because they recognize that they aren't a security expert, but they have a security expert team that is able to review their reports. They also see the great value of it from a pricing perspective, and the fact that if they have any questions, it's just an email away. So we have some great quotes and great satisfaction out there. So what happens with the SkyView Managed Security Services, just to review, is that we start out with an annual vulnerability assessment. We review the areas that are critical to your organization and create reports that are generated monthly. Those are reviewed by SkyView Security Team, and a monthly summary report is sent to you identifying any of the areas that need attention. And this is all performed and reviewed by the security experts at SkyView Partners. So if you have any other questions or would like more information on that, I would ask you to contact us at skyviewpartners.com or send email to info@skyviewpartners.com. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.